Did you hear about the joke about, well, it's not a joke, but did you hear about the one about the Monsignor who wanted to build an airport? Sounds like the start of a joke, right? But it's not, because a great story chronicling Monsignor James Horan's great struggle to build Knock Airport. The book, On a Wing and a Prayer, tells the incredible story and has even been adapted into a musical. Its author, Terry Reilly, he's no stranger to Mayo people, as he served as editor of the Western People newspaper for over 3 decades, and he joins me now. Terry, you're very welcome to the programme.
Morning, Bobby, and welcome to Mayo again.
Thank you. And Terry, tell me about Monsignor Horan and that whole, you've written a book about it, but I'm sure our listeners will be fascinated to hear just, I suppose, a synopsis of that great story.
Absolutely. Well, cast your mind back to the big recession before the recent recession, 1980s, dark and dreary. Picture the scene. There's an old priest, 70 years of age. He's just waved goodbye to the Pope, having brought him to Ireland, and he decides to build an airport. So now he starts digging, an old priest digging in a bog, a foggy boggy hill, as Jim Mitchell called it, and he's looking for money from the government, which is stretched. So the government comes along and Charlie Haughey outbids Gareth Fitzgerald. They start to give him money, and he starts to build this airport before the civil service really even knows it's happening. Does he have permission? Well, that's a moot point. But he's not going to stand by because he's an old man, 70 years of age. He said, I'm an old man in a hurry. And he said, call me a rogue, but I am a pious rogue. And he wanted to do something for the community, because it would have taken £180 million at that time to bring the roads into Mayo.
Yeah.
The roads are absolutely desperate. So he could build a jumbo-sized jet airport for £10 million back in the 1980s. Direct labour, Frank Harrington, all the people that got around him. He actually did it, but the government pulled the plug when he was halfway through the project. And the runway ended halfway down in the dike, and he looked down into this dike and he says, feck them the shaggers, he says, I see it through. And he actually said those words.
And it was by virtue of the fact that he'd gone so far, really, they couldn't just leave it half built, and he sort of embarrassed them into finishing it.
Well, quite literally, they did leave him embarrassed, because they did pull the plug at 10 million. And actually, it was the Fine Gael Labour government at the time that paid the money to do that part of it.
Right.
Fianna Fáil got the honour of opening the airport, Charlie Haughey, because Horan said, there's going to be one fiddler here today, and that'll be Charlie Haughey. He told that. He told that to Gareth Fitzgerald. You can imagine how Gareth Fitzgerald felt after paying all this money for the airport. But he went out and raised the 4 or 5 million that was required then to finish the airport.
And him as a character, and again, I never knew or met the man, but I have this image of a guy who can rally people around, who can bend fellas' arms, who can call in favours, who just hustled and bustled and just used his personality, I suppose, to lean on anyone who was available.
Absolutely. Remember, first of all, one of his early assignments was to build a dance hall in East Mayo, touring. So he was a hustler. He was booking show bands, he was booking big show bands.
Wow.
One night, a devil appeared there, and he blamed Albert Reynolds for placing the devil there in the ballroom. But of course, that wasn't true. But the two of them dined on that for years afterwards. They both of them told me the same story, but with a different twist on it.
Now, just to finish, Terry, at the airport today, quickly heading for now nearly 1 million passengers a year, 130 people working out there. So it really is an asset to the area, is it not?
It's the biggest asset. Well, you've spoken to Michael Ring already, Minister for Tourism in this area, and he knows very well what the airport means to the community. As you said, 800,000 people coming here. Maybe 1,000 people working outside the airport in ancillary services.
Yeah.
The boon it is to the airport here. The boon it is to the young guys coming back from London this evening, flying into Knock Airport to go to the match in Hyde Park tomorrow and fly back out again tomorrow night. Yeah. So that connect is there, and that's a great establishment.
Great. Well, listen, thanks for your update on that, because I think it's a testament to a great man. There's no doubt about that.